This is a big evening for me, and I'll tell you why. My son has just turned into adulthood, or let's say he's flown the nest, he's looking for work, and he's age 22. And I have waited a long time to kind of share my story. And it is the story about Sam from birth up until 22. And for me, it's become a bit of a life project. I gave up my career in the city, and I retrained as a behavioural specialist in order to help Sam. What are the messages from this workshop? Yes, seek understanding, get information about special educational needs, and I'm sure many of you will have done that already. All SEN, special educational needs children, benefit from adults in their lives really understanding and accepting their temperament. We're going to be an emotion coach, and we're going to build up a culture of appreciation. If you have any concerns in terms of special educational needs, I strongly advise some of the best money you can spend is getting an educational psychology report, an EP report. It's difficult getting the right EP, but if you get the right report, it can just really open up your eyes to where your child's cognitive profile lies and what his learning ability is, and that for us was very revealing. Temperament is not widely understood. And for me, this was the key to unlocking the door to the parenting skills, because it's really difficult to take a set of positive parenting skills and apply them to your child unless you know and understand what you're dealing with. So the SEN element is one element of it, but the other thing is temperament. So recognizing these temperamental qualities and characteristics is absolutely key to getting the best out of our children. Well, I want to teach you a really powerful skill now to go away with, and it's something called emotion coaching. Helping children understand their feelings, I think, is crucial to help them. It's a very hard skill, but in order for them to survive and thrive in real life, we need to give them emotional intelligence in order to help them behave better. And when you listen and validate your children's feelings, they will behave better, mostly. Not all the time, but they'll behave better. All feelings can be accepted. You may not like the feeling of anger, but you need as a parent to accept that feeling is real and it's genuine. But some actions and behaviours may need to be limited. So I'm not saying for 1 minute. Is it okay to be angry? Yes. Is it okay to hit someone? No. So this is the fine balance between I have to accept the emotion and feeling and give my child strategies to cope with that, but it's absolutely not acceptable to hit someone. When we understand our children's feeling, behaviour improves. What we often do by just looking at the tip of the iceberg or by just picking the weed out of the soil is we don't get to the root of it. And the root of it is the most important thing. If we don't get to the root, the weed's going to pop back again. In other words, the behaviour is going to recur. So what do we have to do instead? We have to do something called emotion coaching. First thing you need to do is stop what you're doing and pay attention to your child. How easy is it in life just now, especially in the morning? We're trying to get a few kids ready for school, we're trying to get off to work. How easy is it to stop what you're doing, to press a pause button? That may be one of the hardest steps, but I do need you to stop what you're doing and just pay attention. Second step. If your child is talking, just listen. And I think listening as a skill is very undervalued. Point number 3, we need to imagine how our child is feeling. We need to name it to tame it. We need to get into their space. He doesn't want to go to school today. We need to imagine how he's feeling. Is he feeling tired? Is he feeling overwhelmed? And the next thing is describe that feeling in words. But moving on to the next slide, don't say the word but. How often do we use the word but? Kick the butt. If you take anything away from today, just kick that butt. Do you know what to replace but with? And, yes, replace it with and. I know you don't want to go to school, honey, and it can be really hard to do something you don't want to do. Just to summarise quite a complex thing here, it is number 1, special time, which I mentioned just before. Please, please, please make sure that all your children get a little bit of special time with each of you away from their siblings during the week. Open-ended questions. Find out about your child's world. Spend time just developing a culture of appreciation and getting to know your child. And all that remains for me to do is to thank Bell House enormously for hosting this event tonight, for inviting me to speak, and I hope maybe I'll see or hear from some of you again soon. Thank you so much.